Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? Welcome back to Brothers to the End podcast. I'm your host, Gold Glove, and I got my my co-host here. Say hello.
Hello, it's your boy Vernotis.
Hello. It's
good to be back.
It's been what 2 weeks.
Exactly 2 weeks.
It's been
We're
2 weeks
on time,
dude. We are on time. I'm impressed.
Dude, we've been killing it. Honestly, we've been getting a lot of crap. We've had a couple delays, but I feel like I text you every other Monday morning. Hey, are we good?
You do.
You say we're good, and I say good.
I said we're fucking good, bro. No,
we're great.
I'll be honest. There has been a couple times where you texted me. I'm like, oh shit, today's the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm glad you remembered.
Especially because like I try to do my best like throughout the week whenever something like pops up in like our world that like interests me, and I'm like, oh, I would love to talk about this on the podcast. I try to write it down in like when I see it, but then like also there's been Monday mornings where I'm like, so topic.
Yeah, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, and so like I like to give you an opportunity to do the same.
Yeah, no, I mean, actually, this was one of the most prepared weeks I've had because as the week, like
noticed.
over the last 2 weeks, I was like, bro, I'm gonna add that. Ooh, I want to talk about that. Oh, we'll talk about that. So I was like, we got plenty of things. We got actually way too many things to talk about today.
Yeah,
which is pretty crazy. So let's jump into it, man.
Yeah, I'm down.
Let's well, you had the first topic that I figured we'd talk about, which is kind of goes along the lines of something we've already talked about in previous episodes, but kind of what's been going down with China, Hong Kong, kind of, you know, China just cracking down on obviously their people and putting these restrictions.
Dude.
Yeah,
they're fighting for democracy over there, which is we touched on it briefly. With the whole Blizzard stuff and the NBA stuff, and then that like big corporations kind of like basically selling out and like taking a knee for China, right?
Right.
During this whole thing over there. And then just recently they announced that they are putting limitations, the government. Now imagine you're not doing too hot in school, right? You get home, you failed another test, and your mom's like, you know what? You need to get off them video games. All right. They're ruining your education right now. You're not putting enough time into school. You need to do other things, blah, blah, blah. Your mom takes away your console. You're upset, right? Now imagine you're a straight A student, right? You're doing everything you got to do. You're working a full-time job, 4.0 GPA, and the government steps in and they're like, 90 minutes a day. Well, China is putting limitations on how long somebody can play video games, all right? If you're under the age of 18 now, you can only play for up to 90 minutes a day and like 3 hours on holidays, I believe. So they're they're cracking down on not only how long you can play, but like stuff like how much money you can spend on microtransactions and
that might not be such a bad thing right there.
But it's not. The issue is like it's not for the government to say.
No, you're absolutely right. No, that's fucked up.
Terrifying.
I'm thinking of like how many people spend money on microtransactions, me included. Man, I kind of like a part of me is like, man, if only the government limited me and forced me.
Damn, if only if I
it would save me money.
Self-control.
No, no, but that's super fucked up. That's ridiculous that they're 90 minutes. I mean, and. Here's the thing. I'm thinking about how many video games I played as a kid. Like I would have been livid if the government or anybody put that type of limit on me. Bro, I got pissed when I mean, my parents didn't ground me from going outside and doing shit like that. My parents grounded me from video games. If I got in trouble, it was all right, then you can't play video games. Like there's no gaming.
Take my power cords to work with her.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, I think my parents did that a few times.
But I just don't know. Like I don't get it. One, like that would that's just so scary to me, right?
Yeah.
Like the fact that I mean, it's communist government over there. The fact that they can literally do whatever they want. Like if they deem something like scary, excessive or they just take it away. And I was curious, this is like, how are they going to even police that, right? But apparently now you have to register. Imagine like new Call of Duty drops, right? You're super excited. You make your battle, whatever Call of Duty username, whatever. You now have to register an online name with the government. Imagine
the names that the government's going to be reading.
you turn 16 and you're like, I have to go register my brand new 2000 Crown Victorian police interceptor with the government at the DMV, and also Pooper Scooper 98, my gamer tag.
That's what I was thinking. Like Blunt Lord 69, and this kid's like 14 years old.
Popping your domes.
Oh, hey, whoa, hey, come on, bro. You know, we gotta bring that up. We gotta bring that up. Yeah, no, that is absolutely ridiculous. That's fucking crazy, dude. I could not. I mean, imagine if that did happen in the United States. I mean, it would never happen. People would freak the fuck out. I mean, obviously that's completely against our entire democracy, but yeah, that's just fucking mind blowing to me.
Make sure that you guys, as soon as you turn of legal age, you're going out registering to vote. True. Educate yourselves.
So that doesn't happen here.
Get to them polls. It literally takes 10, 15 minutes. No joke. Like you literally go there, you fill out a form, you're donezo. You've impacted your life, those of the people around you, and you're utilizing your democracy, which we fought so hard for. Maybe not you in particular, but
people that came before you. Let's not fuck it up, you guys. Let's not fuck it up. No, that's crazy, man. I mean, China's just getting crazier and crazier and crazier. My thoughts go out to all those people who are obviously affected by that. There are so many, and I really hope that it turns out for the best. But we'll have to see. I don't know.
Same, yeah. I'm excited. I almost said excited. I'm excited to see what comes of it. I'm just really curious to see what comes of it and how people react to it, especially because China's like one of the biggest areas for esports and stuff, right? It's like Japan and China.
I wonder if this will have an effect on the amount of cheaters. Right?
You about to boot up Daisy again?
I'm curious. Yeah, now I'm real curious if I go play PUBG if I run into any cheaters. Because, man, there was a lot of cheaters coming out of China, and the odds of them being under the age of 18, probably pretty massive. So I wonder if cheaters are just not going to be as rampant as they once were. Huh.
Well, if it's probably gonna be. So another thing is, I was thinking of, if you only have, there's days where like growing up where I would binge video games. Like I didn't have school the next day or something. It was a snow day. I'm playing the crap out of video games.
I still do that.
Right, but there would also be days where like I had basketball practice and like I had other stuff to do. I had homework and stuff, and so like I just wouldn't play video games.
Right.
Now I'm wondering if I like all that happens, I'm like, oh, I only get 90 minutes each day. Like I'm treating it as a job.
You got to get your 90 minutes
in. Yeah. I got to put my 90 minutes in because that's all I got, you know?
Right.
I'm really curious to see how it affects people. If it is actually beneficial.
What happens?
Saying.
What happens if they go over their 90 minutes? What's going to happen to them? Maybe I don't even want to know.
I'm
they get revoked
some
completely?
Sort of fine or something.
Fined. Oh my god.
I would assume. Why else?
They're gonna find the kids, or they're gonna find the parents?
Probably find the parents.
Jesus Christ.
But that's the thing. It was like they were talking about how to police it, and that's when they were discussing registering usernames and gamer tags and stuff like that. But offline gaming, like how would they even know?
Yeah, right.
So I don't know if it's like actually, I don't know if it's actually something you can even enforce.
Yeah, but where was I reading it? Everything is online there. Like even if you're, like you have to sign online to play even offline games. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Or I could be wrong. No. Maybe I misread it.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure
there's some games I can plug in my Xbox 360
You can,
right
yes,
now,
but in China you cannot.
Really?
That's I read something. I could be wrong, but that's what I read, which is just even crazier.
We can revisit this because I'm actually curious because I don't think you can even enforce this.
There's ways because each console would have. Well, no, because if it was disconnected from the internet, there's ways like certain consoles are region locked, right? So maybe China's Xboxes have to be connected to the internet to actually utilize like start up a game. You don't know what they have into effect.
To our phones.
Well, in China they are, yeah. They're listening to everything.
Dude, Instagram ads terrify me. This is not a topic that I had written down, but I'm more than happy to speak on it because it scares me, dude.
It's real.
Dude, it's gotten to the point where I don't even say anything out loud. I just think about it. And it shows up in my Instagram ads. Facebook, stop. I don't give you permission. They've implanted a chip in my brain and they know what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. They are. They hear you.
No
it's
joke.
It's targeted
terrifying.
advertisement, and they say that's all they're using it for.
It's literally me.
Yeah, it's you say something, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, sell this
don't.
product to that guy."
What, dude? I had a dream about getting
They're listening to your dreams.
Smile Direct Club for my bottom teeth. I had a dream about it. I didn't say it to nobody. I didn't speak on it. I didn't type it nowhere. I just thought about it. And I swear to God, not 2 hours later, Smile Direct Club. Oh, check
yeah,
out
but I get those all over. Those are just common ads. Smile Direct is everywhere.
No, dude, I'm telling you, they're sketch. Watch, I'll pull up Instagram.
That's
right
the thing,
now.
though. It could look into your history posts, like your history posts, like your post history on any platforms. But that's the thing. It literally just monitors everything. Anything you've said. I mean, you do stream on a channel that broadcasts like everything you say, and it's saved in VODs and stuff like that. You know that, right? So if you've ever talked about that, it's logged somewhere. And I've said some really fucked up shit on stream. So now that I'm saying this, maybe I don't want to think about it.
Here's the thing. If they are monitoring that closely, why don't I get more porn advertisements?
That's true. That's true. Man, I never, yeah, like locals in your area, like hot locals in your area.
Type stuff.
Because you always say you're lonely, you're
that's
sad.
That's where I spend the majority of my time.
Yeah, just talking about being single. Yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
Looking for locals in my area.
Yeah. Now that we're talking about that, dude, that's all your advertisements are gonna be on your like literally when you go to Google and shit.
Just dating apps. I can't wait, dude. I haven't had one downloaded on my phone in months. They're all gonna be calling my name. I'm gonna have 1 week moment when I'm drunk this weekend.
Hot MILFs in your area. Meet them at the gym.
Bumble's gonna be calling my name from Instagram ads, and I'm gonna be like, dang it. She's really cute in this advertisement. Too bad she doesn't exist in my area.
Hey, you can dream though. You can dream. And you know, there's bound to be one that exists.
Probably not.
Probably not. No, not through those apps. Those apps are a little sketch. I wouldn't. Hot local MILFs looking for a stepfather in your area. There you go. That's the ad you need.
Oh my God.
Right?
Sign me up, brother.
Jesus Christ. So I noticed you. Well, anyways, before we move on, China. God, we're hoping for the best. I'm hoping for the best. I feel like there's really only, I mean, the people are. That's the thing. They can only do so much, right? The people are trying. It's not like they're not. So, I mean, I hope for the best over there. Obviously, we have very little impact, but at least kind of educating people on what is going on what's going on in China is probably the most important thing that we can do is just kind of spread that awareness and just make it apparent that there are people, all of China is fighting for, democracy, and they're literally just their rights, which is fucking ridiculous considering we all take it so much for granted. So,
and at the end of the day, use that as an example of if we're not out voting and stuff like that, that's literally what you're allowing to happen here.
Yeah.
If you don't vote and use your power to vote, like we don't need to talk politics. We don't need to sway you to either side. I'm not here to preach about that. I just want you guys to use your resources, your rights that you've been given from birth. Acknowledge them. Use them.
True that. Some people don't get those rights from birth.
True.
Ever. So.
Ever.
Twitch watch parties list. I know you wrote this down.
Oh, so I don't know what the list is. I don't think this has been confirmed by Twitch yet, but apparently there was a leak somewhere, or somebody got a hold of a list for the watch parties. Now we talked about watch parties a few podcasts ago. Yeah. And you had more information about it than I did. I was really excited because I thought it was going to be like the Twitch Presents things, like when we got to watch SNL with our streams and like the Power Rangers and stuff. Some of the best times on stream. Like we made drinking games out of them. We just had a blast. But what you said was that you literally just broadcast a show from your stream. You can't talk on it. You can't.
Yeah. So I have more info. So you essentially, if you're going to do a Twitch watch party, you basically will sign into your Twitch, your Amazon Prime account, and only people who have Amazon Prime can watch. You have to have Amazon Prime, which I guess isn't such a bad thing because then it promotes, getting Twitch Prime and Amazon Prime, and you can, whatever, utilize that. But you have to, so only people who have Prime can watch. Nobody else can watch. And you can't talk over it. You can't have your webcam over it. Literally, all you can do is watch the show via your twitch.tv channel So twitch.tv/VernNotice, they watch whatever show that is, and I think you will be able to control the episode that's being watched, but all you can do is talk in the chat. It's basically just it's like Rabbit. It's literally just like Rabbit. You're not going to be able to like put your webcam there and actually hang out and like, you know, talk to people. And again, it limits it only to people who have Amazon Prime, which in some places isn't even available. So
I'm still really excited for it, especially now that this list came out. Just some notables: A Quiet Place, American Horror Story, Daddy's Home 2 is on there, which is a phenomenal movie.
You would be excited for that.
Heck yeah, dude. I mean, there's just a lot, like Hot Tub Time Machine. Just
Great
imagine,
movie.
just Iron Man, Law and Order SVU is on there.
Oh Jesus!
One of my favorite shows of all time, Psych, is on there. So I'm really excited. I'm definitely gonna utilize this. It probably won't take the place of like actual streams or anything like that. But if like just like a sub perk or something where we go and we watch like an episode of Psych on one of my days off or something like that, I think it'd be really awesome.
Yeah,
no,
for
sure.
sure.
Up on another computer, we can all hang out in Discord or whatever. I'm excited for this because I'm a huge fan of movies, TVs, film, everything. Like I love that form of entertainment and the fact that I'll be able to share it because I know a lot of streamers do movie nights and stuff already. I've never actually done that. My community has done movie nights before without me, just on their own accord. But now it's like a way that I can actually get involved with it, and I'm really excited for it. So
yeah, I mean, it definitely has potential. I think I'll probably still utilize it as well. And like people are saying in the chat, you could literally just like create a voice channel, Discord, have everybody else muted, and then you could just talk in the Discord voice channel while everyone listens, and it's still like listening to you. I'd
probably just queue it up on my laptop or something like that because it probably won't take much to run. It's all through the internet.
I'm pretty sure it's all through Twitch itself.
Yeah. So, and then I could be on my main computer. We could all be in Discord chatting. It wouldn't affect the stream at all.
Yeah, that's true.
We could just hang out and bullshit and watch shows together. And I'm so stoked for that.
I just think it's definitely not what I expected or hoped for. I was definitely hoping for like an actual, you get to stream with your webcam and watch a show and just do a normal stream over that footage.
I assumed it was gonna be like the Twitch Presents when you could co-broadcast, and exactly. You had to. I think you had to like have your camera up, and you had to like for like.
Ooh, are you peeing right now?
Sort of, yeah.
Sounds like you're. It sounds like you're urinating.
Did it sound?
It sounded like you were pissing. I'm not gonna lie. Like I just had to. I wanted to say that because if someone's listening to this and hears that in the background, it literally sounds like somebody's taking a piss.
I was pouring more water. I thought I was far enough away from the microphone, but I'll be more conscious about it next time. My apologies. Also, I was peeing.
Yeah, I know.
I'd rather just go and not have to interrupt the podcast.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, that's why we should get sponsored by Depends, Adult Depends, so we can just piss ourselves and never leave.
Could you imagine?
No. No, I could not. I don't actually want to imagine that.
Like, do you actually use that? It turns off all the viewers. Like, have you ever seen me get up for a bathroom break during the podcast? Absolutely not.
It's true, bro. Shit's crazy. So yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. Twitch watch parties, they're gonna be good. Not what I expected, originally, but fair. Still has potential. Still be a good thing to like, hang out with your community after a stream or on a day off for sure. Like, I can definitely see that. So, speaking of Twitch and like some other stuff going on with Twitch itself, you mentioned earlier to me that Dan's Gaming has been having some issues with Twitch, and it's actually
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. If you guys didn't see it, Dan submitted an emote called Dan Potty, and it's essentially just like this little like, it almost looks like a little thumb. It doesn't.
It's a creature.
It's like a little creature. Yeah.
With Dan's face on it.
Oh, sitting on a toilet. Literally.
It's a potato. It's a potato with a mustache sitting on a toilet. No joke.
It looks just funny. Like, and apparently it was removed for sexual content. There was nothing sexual about it.
I've seen literal tits.
Yeah.
I've seen ass and
I've seen literal ass cheeks as an emote. I won't mention the channel, but I've literally seen just giant ass cheeks as an emote.
I'm not one. I hate when people are like, "Oh, well, this emote's allowed, but this one's not," type deal, because like, it's more. There's been some stuff that I've done on my channel where, knock on wood, I'm like not relevant enough to be reported and seen by the masses, because I definitely probably would have gotten suspended and stuff for some of the stuff I've done in the past. stuff that I see like larger channels getting reported for. But this is just one of those things where like it was a completely harmless emote.
Yeah.
There's not a cheek to be seen. And somebody reported it. And I don't know if it was an automated system or somebody at Twitch actually got a hold of it, but it was removed. And now that's annoying, right? Just to have one of your emotes removed for something that it isn't. Like you get your emote removed for sexual content. It's clearly not. That's annoying in itself. But now Dan is on a probation period when it comes to submitting emotes. And unlike myself, Dan is very, very active with his emotes. He swaps them out constantly for different holidays, game releases, and stuff like that. He takes his emotes really serious. And now he has to get them actually oh, there you go. You were frozen.
You were frozen.
Okay, can you hear me? Everything good now?
Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God.
I think Discord just was flubbing for a second.
I thought you died.
But Twitch took away like the approval like portion of submitting emotes as long as you're in good standing. And because he had this emote removed, he's no longer in good standing, is on a probation period, and has to wait for actual Twitch reviews for all of his emotes for like 30 days, 90 days, something like that, which is absolutely ridiculous. He's had no infractions prior to this. And the Twitch is just not doing real well with the whole sexual content area.
It's just the moderation is not so black and white. There's a lot of gray area, and the consistency of the moderation is what's so confusing. So I feel like at this point it's just Twitch needs to figure it out. They need to figure out their moderation. They need to have more consistent rules that they can follow, because this is just so stupid. Dan should not be on probation for this. Especially, it's his first offense, and it shouldn't even have been an offense
for an emote too. Yeah. For sexual content on the emote, like my stream, I take so many bathroom breaks during my streams. All right, I drink a lot of water and sometimes alcohol on my streams. All right, so I go to the bathroom a lot, and so they're like, "Oh, we need a bathroom emote. We need a toilet emote." Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to, because apparently a potato can't take a pee. What am I gonna do? Is it the toilet? Dude. Is it the potato? Yeah, like what do I need to stay away from, Twitch? Because I don't want to be in trouble with you guys. I love you guys. All right. Yeah. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I agree.
But like there's actual sexual content on the site that is not being policed at all, or just like getting away with little slaps on the wrist.
There's just a lot of emotes that are under the table. They're like under the table, dude, that you could get in trouble for. Apparently, like I've heard, there could be emotes that are removed, and then if you submit them under a different name, they work. Sometimes they're approved.
Oh,
they're the exact same emote.
My walnuts emote.
Yeah.
When I first submitted that, it was Vern Nuts.
Vern Nuts.
And it got denied.
Yep.
And I submitted it again, the exact same emote, Vern Walnuts, and passed. It was passed.
Goldie Supers, man. The best emote I've ever had, and apparently that is not allowed. But yeah, I changed it to Goldie Supers, and then it was fine. So I don't know, because Goldie Shower, definitely not. No. Even though it's gold confetti. All right, everybody knows that. So come on, it's gold confetti. But yeah, it's ridiculous. Twitch has definitely got to figure that out. I mean, it's just an ongoing issue that I don't know if it's gonna be addressed. It just keeps on going.
I don't know the full story with it, right? I don't know if it was like reported and then like automatically taking it down. Like it got mass reported. That's a huge issue that happens with Twitch right now. If people can mass report channels and stuff, and if they get a mass report, like I guess it's their way of like protecting themselves. Like you get these channels that were like, we had an issue with actual streaming pornography on the Twitch. It gets mass reported. It gets taken down immediately. Right.
That's makes
their
sense.
way of protecting themselves. Well, if that could happen to anyone, that's an issue.
Yeah.
Right. You got this person who's been streaming on your platform, probably in one of the longest streamers. I think Dan's been streaming since the Justin.tv days.
Yeah. He's been around very long.
Very long time. Standing. Never an issue. One of your largest streamers, most consistent, pleasant person in general, just a good dude. And now he's in trouble with you guys because of either a mass report or you have a numpty working for you. One of the two.
Yeah.
One of the two. And neither of them are good.
Well, that's another thing too, is that Twitch has brought in so many new employees since the acquisition by Amazon that there's a lot of people who don't really understand the culture, and maybe they don't even know who Dan is. Imagine someone coming, like they're in charge of moderation, and then they come across Dan's channel and they're like, "Oh, that's weird. That looks like a little wiener on a toilet or something." But then they don't realize, which it doesn't even look like that. But I could like see, but they don't understand, why is that person in charge of moderation if they don't even understand the culture of Twitch?
I don't even expect them to know every single, like we've been on this platform for a very long time too. If something happened with my channel, I got reported or something, I don't expect the person reviewing my channel to be like, "Oh no, well, not Vern noticed." Like they don't fucking know who I am, but I expect them to take a look at like me, my channel, and my history when reviewing my channel. Like, oh, he's been on the platform for 8 years. He's never had an issue with us. He's done a lot of like sponsored stuff with us. He's in good standing. We've never had an issue with this dude. Let's actually look into this case rather than removing an emote, putting me on probation, and just washing their hands of it.
Yeah, but what kind of team
actually put in the time?
Right, but now think about how many people it would take to actually monitor all of Twitch, with how many partners, how many affiliates, how many streamers in general are on the site. Right, of course it's not, but I'm just speaking from their point of view. Like how do they put together a team that can even handle that amount of shit? You know what I mean?
I said that a long time ago, is that they're spreading themselves too thin, and that's why a lot of these issues are arising in the first place. Is because they just don't. Actually, I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about this, but I was talking to
it's always a great start to
yeah. Well, dude, I was talking to a partner manager, and he was talking to me about like the amount of like actual partners they manage, and it was a lot of fucking people. And I was like, how is that even possible? Like how, like if you're managing me and my channel and my content, like how, like that's so much work for you to do. Like it seems impossible. Right. So that's an issue on Twitch's end, and they need to get in it, because it's just like, it seems like it's one bad thing after another with them, man.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
But it's funny because the stuff. It's either like one way or another. Like stuff like this happens, and you're like, we're outraged and we're upset, and then something happens where there should be punishment. Something is being mass reported, and I'm not saying any particular instances. I'm just saying that things have happened on this website that probably should have been. Should have been a little stricter with it, and it just seems like a slap on the wrist. And you're like, well, why is this person, like, they're clearly looking into this case enough to where they're like, okay, it was a one-time thing maybe, or it wasn't intentional, or maybe we're just misinterpreting their intentions, blah blah blah. But then you get stuff like that where it's just thrown out, you're on probation, don't do it again, or we're taking your account from you. They didn't actually say
shit's
that,
fucked. I don't know, man. Shit's fucked. You know, what are we gonna do? I just hope they sort it out. And again, it has a lot to do with Amazon and kind of where they wanna put people. And I think moderation is at the bottom of their list in terms of importance, which is obviously a shame. That shouldn't be the case, but it is what it is. You know, that's Amazon's crazy. Like, we want to make money, bro. Pump it into ads and sales. That's where we're putting everybody. Ads, sales, ads, sales, ads, sales. Money, 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 money. They're like, fuck it. Ban that guy. Who the fuck cares? Go on to the next guy. You know, they don't. It's just a money machine for them.
This podcast is sponsored by. I'm just kidding.
No, but it's true. That's just how it's a money machine. It's a money machine.
Dude, imagine if you're listening to this podcast right now and you wanted to sponsor us. That could have been a perfect transition into your product.
That's true. Would have been beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
We can work that in. We're professionals.
It's true. So hopefully Twitch sorts that out, and we get at least a little bit more transparency when it comes to this moderation. Maybe a little bit, make it more black and white. You know, get some actual guidelines. Just a little
consistency. Yeah. I want to know. Like, it's just scary, dude. Being a streamer is sometimes scary when stuff like that happens. Like they're in charge of everything, and you've seen people's channels get banned and people getting like suspensions and stuff for what seems like nothing. Or like somebody mishears a word and reports you, and you're banned for 30 days or something. Like, this is my job.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You're just gonna lay me off for 30 days because you thought I said something? Like what? It's terrifying.
Well, I would hope they would look. I haven't heard anybody that got banned for something they. Oh, I did. Yeah. Yeah. I do remember that.
It's happened a couple of times, and they're like, okay, well, 30-day ban. Oh, well, we'll reduce it to 7 days type scenario.
That's right. I did hear of a case like that. He like said a word in his native language, but it sounded like a word. Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. There's been a couple cases like that,
which doesn't even make sense because I remember watching the clip and I was like, well, in this context, why would he even say that? Literally, nobody's just gonna say that word. Like I think it was just a racist thing that it sounded like he said, but he definitely didn't say that, and then he got banned. Yeah, I do remember that. I don't know, shit's crazy. Yeah, consistency, moderation, they got to sort it out, but it is what it is.
Help us help you, Twitch, please.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you're just kind of shooting yourself in the foot. That's the problem. Like
repeatedly,
why
you're
do
running
that?
out of feet.
Your toes, bro. Your toes are gone. You keep shooting them bitches off. Oh, we got a lot of games. We've had the game. I feel like, well, it's that time of the year, right? It's November, holiday season. We know all the games.
Christmas is coming.
They go, fuck summer. You got all this time to play games? Nah, it's coming out holiday. They're all coming out at once.
Mommy and daddy buy the gifts around Christmas time.
There's not summertime buying. So you've been playing Death Stranding, right?
I had one really good session on it so far, like 6+ hours.
Okay.
And it was.
What do you think?
So just before we actually get into it, that type of game is really not my style of game.
Okay.
That being said, the graphics were amazing for a PS4 game. The music, the actual in-game just was beautiful. It made it seem so you're basically a glorified UPS delivery man.
It's very immersive.
Entire game.
Very immersive.
And it felt like, and why I'm not like, oh, this is the best game ever, is because it felt like I watched an amazing cutscene that's revealing a part of an amazing, potentially amazing story. And then it's like, okay, gameplay time. Just take this package to this area. All right. And I'm literally just transporting stuff to another cutscene. That's what it feels like to me. I go on this trip. Oh, well, now you gotta outrun the rain, and you gotta avoid these bad guys.
Oh, spoilers!
But I'm just running to another cutscene.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. For sure.
That's a Kojima game, right? But it's beautiful. And it definitely kept my attention the entire time. We had a blast on it when I played it, but it's not something that I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get back into. I'll definitely finish it, but on my own time.
It's a long game. It's like 30 to 40 hours. I just put in my second session today, and it definitely picks up. It's still essentially the same gameplay, but you're still doing the exact same thing, but it gives you different pieces to kind of at least change the gameplay a little bit, which is nice. I'm liking it. I don't know. It's not really a game I would play normally. It's definitely not my style of game. You know, I'm used to action-packed shooters and shit like that. There's constantly stuff that's got to be going on. But
there's a lot of action in it that
there is,
we just don't get to participate in.
But I'm so intrigued by the story. It's a very interesting concept, and it's just super mindfuck.
Oh, so, dude, I was so confused.
Yeah, but the more I play it, the more I'm like, okay, wait, that does make sense. That's kind of coming together. I get this. I'm understanding this. So it's interesting. I'm excited to play more of it. It is out. If you guys have been thinking about it, give it a shot. Watch a stream. Watch a video. Maybe if you like what?
If you like single player games, I would say definitely give it a shot. It's a beautiful game.
It is.
It's very immersive.
Yeah.
And the story is really good.
The music's good.
Oh, it's some of the best.
The music's
makes,
so
all
good.
Those deliveries a lot more bearable. I'll tell you that much.
It is. It's one of those games that's definitely more fun than it looks. I think playing it is probably, because when you watch it, you're just like, okay, that person's he's walking again. Okay, he's running again. But when you're playing it, I don't know, you're planning things out, which direction to go. I got to go this way. I got to do this. Okay, I got to prepare in this way. I got to, there's a lot more going into it. So I think when you're watching it, you're not truly understanding what the game does or the experience that the player is getting. So it's definitely one of those got to play, not really one of those you're going to experience it fully by watching it, in my opinion. But I think it's a good game. We got Pokemon Sword and Shield coming out, which I know you're excited for.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I
Comes
keep
out
saying
Friday?
every time Pokemon gets brought up, that was like my literal childhood. I was obsessed with the anime, the cards, the games, everything, and it's been like one of my most anticipated want to play games ever since I started streaming and making video game content. I'm like, I can't wait for a Pokemon game that I'm able to do it. And I know emulators and stuff exist, but I just never had a good experience with them. And when Let's Go came out, I played the crap out of it. Sword and Shield's coming out. I'm so excited for a new generation of Pokemon that I get to stream and like actually experience that with my chat and everyone. Like, I'm just so stoked.
I don't know, man. Well, first off, it comes out the same day as Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which is definitely higher on my list than Pokemon. But
Fair.
I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna start Pokemon Sword and Shield, and then I'm gonna play it a little bit, and then be like, oh yeah, this is a good game, and then just I get bored of Pokemon every time.
Dude, play it off stream.
Yeah,
it might be one of those like late night chilling in bed.
That's true.
And then we can trade Pokemon.
Oh my god, dude! You just want to steal my Pokemon from me. I'm gonna name mine Vern 1, Big Vern, Verny Vern. Those are the names of all my Pokemon. For just different variations of your name.
What an intimidating team if you go pro.
Yeah, I will be pro. Are you kidding me?
All right. Oh,
I'll be the best, like no one ever was.
Like no one ever was. Wow.
What else we got? Outer Worlds came out. Which did you play Outer Worlds at all?
We talked about it a little bit.
We did
last podcast.
So Outer Worlds came out same day as Modern Warfare, which like I put more hours into it. It doesn't seem to be. I don't know. It's a very traditional RPG, and I feel like it's not getting as much credit as it deserves. I've been really enjoying it, but it's definitely like slower paced, dialogue heavy. It's like you run into this NPC, you have like 30 different options to, how you want to approach it, how you want to talk to them. But I could see why it's not necessarily like everyone's favorite game to watch. It's definitely one of those games where you gotta play it too. I feel like it's kind of up there with Death Stranding in terms of just much better to play.
Type of game, it scares me. It scares me being a streamer. Like, I feel like I would have a lot of fun with that if I was just like chilling by myself, but I'm always so conscious of chat and like if everyone's enjoying me playing it.
Yeah.
And if like those type of games, it's very, very common for like chat to go silent, right? Everyone's just watching.
Yep.
And I always get super self-conscious because in my head, it's not just like, oh, chat's hanging out watching. It's like, oh, chat's not interested in this game at all. And I'm like, and so it's like, it's hard for me. I kind of like lose that immersion in game because
then it's hard to keep your energy up too, because it feels like people aren't like interested in what in the stream or the game. Yeah, and you lose your energy really quick. I completely understand that. That's why like I've been enjoying it, but it's like the streams, like I'm like it's just I don't know if it's a stream game. And that sucks
because I feel like they're both very, very good games in their own right, and I feel like they have the potential to be very, very, very good. But like me being a streamer and having that mentality, I feel like it's taking away from my personal experience with those games.
Everyone got the attention spans of ants. Y'all need to be bang, bang, bang. Y'all got ADHD. You got to just be all the time. Something. Do this, do that. Oh my God, do a glitch. Hurry, do a glitch. Do a kung fu flip. Hurry, Ruddy run. Come on, bro. Like y'all are fucking crazy, man.
Glitches, bro.
Because man, I remember back in the day, there was always this kid. He would come into my stream and be like, dude, Goldie, do a glitch. What?
Bro,
what do you mean do a glitch, bro? I'm playing the game. What do you mean just do a glitch? I don't know a glitch. No, Goldie, do a glitch, bro. Do a glitch.
So show us how to Ruddy run, bro.
Yeah, do a glitch. Hurry, do a glitch. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, you're a fucking crackhead. Sorry, I highly doubt
the majority of Twitch,
but yeah, attention spans are. I mean, that's why, especially now, like with how big the BR genre got, and how like everyone's attention span is BRs, which is obviously action. Like literally, that's all it is. So I feel like that's kind of changed a lot of the viewing patterns for a lot of viewers on Twitch. Like they've been watching that kind of shit for so long that they're not able to just relax and watch a game. You know?
I don't know. I feel like I'm completely lost when it comes to like streaming and like improving as a streamer. I'm so lost because we say that, and then like we were talking about this on my stream the other day, but like Mizkif, who is one of the I think Mizkif is like fucking hilarious. He's like probably one of my favorite streamers, but he did a stream where he just stared at a wall for 8 hours. No joke. And he peaked at like 9K viewers. Like 8 hours. And then you've heard of like people that are just on stream just counting. Oh, I'm counting to 100,000 on stream, and it gets like insane attention. And then like I told you about we talked about it the one time on the podcast about the kid who got his Pet Rock affiliate on Twitch. Like I don't know where I fit in there. I don't know if I should pet rock it. I don't know if I should like stare at walls for hours. Like I try and bring like gameplay, but like that's not what I don't know what they want anymore.
Yeah,
it used to be we just be able to like play games and have a good time, but now it's just like, bro, the entertainment industry is moving so fast.
I'm telling you, I've stopped worrying about it. Like it's you're never gonna figure it out. Never. You're either gonna fall you're just gonna fall in line, or you're gonna somehow fall into something. And you're like, oh, that's complete luck that I just happened to be playing this at the right time, and boom. Like it's just, that's how it is now. Like people are gonna watch if they want to watch. At the end of the day, I just want to entertain I want to play games that entertain me. Otherwise, I'm gonna be fucking bored out of my mind.
Oh, that's so true. We played. So one of my last streams, I played on Saturday. I played Apex for like 8 hours, dude, and we didn't win a single game. And I had the most fun. And I feel like Chad had a good time too, but we did not win a single game. And I was like kind of losing my mind, but also it was like the funniest experience ever. It was a good time.
I mean,
I feel like that's important.
Here's another thing. It's just like there are so many streamers now. So many streamers. Granted, there's a lot more eyeballs than there used to be, but like the platform is just so much more saturated than it used to be like 5 years ago, 4 years ago.
Too many chefs in the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone wants to cook the food.
Not enough mouths.
There's no one there to eat it.
I know. And even like that's the thing. Like, and don't get me wrong. Like, I don't think this is a bad thing, but a lot of people who are like dedicated viewers have been watching a streamer for a long time. They'll end up being like, oh, I really like this streamer. I watched them for 4 or 5 years. Well, they made me want to become a streamer. So instead of them watching that streamer anymore, they're going on and trying to do streaming on their own, you know?
And that's always such a cool like conversation to have.
It
right?
is.
It makes you feel good.
It does.
But I'm like, oh, dude.
Yeah, you're losing out on that viewer. Like, I know you're on that grind, man. You're doing your own stream, but man, like, you know, it's so. But it makes sense. Yeah, exactly. You miss the interactions. You miss them. But that does happen a lot. And to be fair, like, that's how everything starts out. Shoot, I started YouTubing. I would watch YouTube channels, and then I was like, oh, I can do that. I want to do that. That's how it started for me too. So I totally understand the mindset. It makes sense, but it's crazy to see on a little bit more of like on a larger scale.
Massive scale.
Yeah, for sure. So I don't know. Shit's wild. I don't care what you say. Like I don't care. Like there was those people who were saying they were streaming coaches. Oh my God, I'm going to bash my head against a fucking wall. I'm sorry. You are not a coach for streamers. No one is a coach for streamers.
I was watching Grand Pooh Bear, and they were talking about this on his stream, dude. He was
I don't care.
He was basically like most streaming coaches are people who never actually made it as a streamer. And he was like, find me a single basketball coach that has never played college or professional basketball. You can't do it. Like, what sense does that make? They don't have that experience. How could they coach you into something that they've never experienced? Like that's just it's wild to me. And like there are people who genuinely are self-proclaimed, which is a big red flag, ladies and gentlemen.
People who self-proclaim.
If you are reaching out to a streaming coach that is literally a self-proclaimed streaming coach and not like a professional in some capacity, has not like gone to school, which is not a thing, has not had no experience in the streaming world, doesn't have a successful stream themselves, like what are you expecting to learn from them?
If you're an aspiring streamer, for the love of fucking Christ, do not hire a streamer coach. I'm sorry, I've been in this industry a long time. I've been around streaming for a long time. There's not a single person who's a streamer coach that has the qualifications that I'd imagine a streamer coach should have. Now,
if I was your streamer coach, I would just, and mind you, if you are listening right now, you all owe me money, but just ViewBot and accidentally show some dick.
Yeah, just ViewBot and show your penis. That'll work. Yeah, that's great advice.
Live stream fails. That's the ticket, dude. You need a clip that goes viral on live stream fails or some other like gaming Reddit. It needs to go viral. You need to get your name out there.
Yep.
And if you got to destroy your own reputation and show a little butthole.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the butthole is key.
Either you want to be a professional streamer, you don't. Okay, get them cheeks out, fam.
Definitely get your cheeks out. The more cheeks, the more viewers. Period.
Hashtag cheeks
now,
out.
Here, listen, it's not that big of a deal. If you flash your coochie, you'll just get banned for like 30 days, and then it'll actually help your stream out in the end. So do a little coochie flashing, and you'll be good to go. I mean, how do you think I got started? I was the guy that was twerking on Twitch back in the day.
Brennan is literally the person who got twerking banned on Twitch.
Yeah. You know, built a career off twerking. Pretty impressive, you know, back in the day. I might have to bring back the 1K twerk to bring back viewers. Might have to do it. Start showing my booty off again.
Honestly, if you're in, I'm in, dude.
Yeah? Okay, we'll both get banned. It'll be worth it, though. Be butt-ass naked, spread my cheeks, show a little brown starfish.
That's aggressive.
Anyway, yeah, streaming is no one knows. No one knows the formula. No one really truly knows like how to make it big off streaming. Now, if someone like Lyric or Tim or somebody who's been in the game a really long time, if Tim all of a sudden went, guys, I'm no longer streaming, but I will be a streamer coach. You know, if you're an aspiring streamer, I can definitely help you build your brand. I can help you kind of guide you in the right position. That's one thing. That's somebody, yeah, he's literally done. He's established himself. But unless it's someone like that, they're not a fucking streamer coach. They never will be.
I can guarantee you somebody who is successful enough to be like a legitimate streamer coach is probably not going to want to be a streamer coach.
Yeah, exactly. They're too busy doing things for themselves. Yeah, they're too busy.
Like I could see, honestly, I could see myself in like way down the road, like maybe taking that avenue if that's like something that happens. Like I think that would be cool, like helping newer streamers and stuff, like get in the game. But like to just lay everything down and be like, yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna start coaching now. Sorry, stream.
Yeah,
you can hire me though.
Yeah, like, I mean, yeah, you know, keep me on retainer. You can keep me on retainer. Yeah, you know, $1,000 a month.
Actually, we're doing that right now. You gotta. I'm not coaching right now, but if you want me to be your coach in the future, you have to start paying me now.
Jesus Christ, dude! Yikes! Anyways, we were talking about games that are coming out. Dude, and I am on a time crunch today, so we got to get through all this stuff. There's also, so we're talking about Outer Worlds. Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC came out, which I've been playing it. I'll be honest,
I haven't touched it yet.
I didn't stream yesterday, and I literally sat in my sweats and a tank top and played Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC for like 8 hours yesterday.
The story mode or online?
Just story mode. And I didn't even do stories. I literally just like, I did all the side quests, ran around. I was hunting. I'm trying to get all the necessary like pelts so I can make all the legendary like gear, and like I did nothing. That's literally what I did yesterday on my day off. I did nothing. Dude, it was fantastic. Need for Speed, but so if you're thinking about it, Red Dead 2 on PC out now.
I was having a lot of issues with PC though.
I haven't really had many issues. I had one like weird lighting bug, but other than that, I haven't really had any issues. It runs pretty well. I'm playing on 1440p. I'm getting about 100 FPS. It's pretty good. More like 80 or 90 FPS. But like the in terms of the graphics, like it does look better than PS4 for me. And the amount of like animals, the amount of people, there's so much more in the world. It's just, it feels so much more populated than it did on PlayStation, which is pretty cool.
Dope.
Yeah, it's really dope. Need for Speed Heat is out, and then Luigi's Mansion 3 are out now as well. I don't know
either of those.
Yeah, I'm thinking about playing Need for Speed Heat.
I used to be a huge Need for Speed fan, and I don't know at what point it like fell off for me, but I actually just watched a speed run of Need for Speed Most Wanted. Do you remember that one? Probably one of my favorite Need for Speed games.
Most Wanted was good.
I watched a speed run of it, and I was like, man, it might be fun to go back and play some of them older racing games. I used to be a huge fan of them. Played every Need for Speed that came out, and I just haven't touched them in a while.
So apparently, I don't know why. Need for Speed Heat is kind of similar to like the old school. They've kind of taken it back to how the old school games. It's getting pretty good ratings. I know Trevor, like T. Martin's been playing it. He was telling me that I'd probably like it. It's definitely, I'm more into arcade racing than I am like simulation racing, and that's what Need for Speed, usually is.
I was such a huge Fast and Furious fan that I think of like all the street racing when they like went that route with it, like Midnight Club Dub Edition. Most Wanted was so dope because it was like you're literally like the goal is to like run from the cops. Yeah, and a lot of the missions and stuff there.
Yeah, that's what you want Need for Speed to be.
Right.
I played
super dope.
I played Need for Speed Blacklist. I think it was Blacklist. I played Need for Speed. I mean, Need for Speed Underground 2 is probably my favorite Need for Speed game ever. That game was one of the best. I played so much of that Need for Speed. It was so stupid. It was so amazing. I kind of want to play the new one purely because I just want to customize the cars. Like I just want a fucking badass car.
I want to soup up a vehicle and just go to town.
And then dream like, oh man, maybe I should. I want that. I want that car.
I'm gonna build this in real life
with my bare hands. Definitely not. Couldn't do that. Basketball season, dude. Basketball in full swing.
It is, dude, and it is everything I had hoped for.
I know.
There are teams that are playing phenomenally that I was like are not making the playoffs. And granted, it's still really early. I feel like a lot of people are still building chemistry and stuff like that. But
I hope
it is everything I had hoped for. Yeah. This season of basketball is amazing.
Dude, yeah, finally we actually have a season of the NBA where I have no idea who's going to win it all. Like really absolutely no clue. Like it could be a number of teams. It really could be. Top teams so far, if you guys have not been following along, we got the Celtics leading the East. We've got the Raptors, former champions, which is pretty impressive considering that's without Kawhi. I know. Unfortunately, Gordon Hayward has been playing out of his mind, and he just got injured. He fractured his hand.
His hand this time.
So that's tough because he was looking amazing. Yeah, yep. He was really playing well. The Bucks, number 3, obviously that makes sense. We got Giannis doing Giannis things, the former MVP. But then this one is probably the most shocking in the East. The 4th seed in the East right now is the Miami Heat.
Dude, what? They're being carried by their unsigned, their undrafted rookie.
Yeah, they got Tyler Hero. Oh my God, Nunn. Nunn. Kevin Nunn.
Nunn sounds right.
Something like that. I think something like that. Nunn is his last name. He's been out, and he was undrafted. I love that, dude. Those are my favorite stories.
I was watching a YouTube video, and with Zion being hurt, he was like, he's in the running for Rookie of the Year. I know it's still really early in the season, like I said, but he's in the running for Rookie of the Year, and he will be the first ever undrafted rookie to win Rookie of the Year. I think so.
Kendrick Nunn. I should put some respect on his name. It's Kendrick Nunn.
Amen.
Hell yeah. I mean, they got Jimmy Butler on that team. My man Myers Leonard. He's over there as well. And dude, the Miami Heat have been balling. They've been playing well. And they're the 4th seed. And then we have this Philadelphia 76ers who were 5-0. They were the last team to be undefeated, and they are now 6-3. So they started hot, but they've had some struggles.
But they have so much talent, but every single year I need them to prove it to me first. Yeah. Like I got Sixers fans there's a lot of them in my chat for whatever reason, and they're always in my ear.
Well, they came out of the woodwork the last couple seasons. Nobody would have admitted they were Sixers fans 5 years ago, and now they're like, oh, Sixers, Philly, let's go.
Yeah, dude.
I get it.
The process.
I get it though. They got a solid team now.
Dude, they got a lot of talent on the team, but they got to prove it. They're plagued by injuries constantly. I'm one to talk. I was just dude.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you how you're. Yeah, they're doing all right.
We've had some good moments, and there hasn't been games that have been like unwinnable. But tonight we finally. So Blake has been injured the entire season. This is his first game back tonight. Derrick Rose was out for a little bit. I don't know if it was like an actual injury or if it was just kind of like maintenance stuff. Reggie Jackson has been out.
Yeah, that's fine. That's not hurting you guys.
Games. But tonight is the first Blake's back and Derrick Rose is back. And this is the first time Blake's getting on the court with these guys. And I'm kind of excited because Andre Drummond's been playing probably some of the best basketball of his
I've seen
career.
2020.
Career ever.
2020, man.
Dude, he's averaging disgusting amount of rebounds. Like we haven't seen rebounding like this since Dennis Rodman days.
Jesus, dude. That's nuts. It's actually nuts. I've seen his stat lines. He's doing well. We kind of skimmed over the Raptors. I got to go back to the Raptors because they're playing without Kawhi, who hands down was their best player. But we got to give some credit to Pascal Siakam because That dude is he was most improved player last year. He literally looks like he's the most improved player again right now. He is playing at a superstar level. Like, he's like ridiculous.
When James Harden finally got an opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, they got rid of him in Oklahoma City. He was sixth man in Oklahoma City, right? And then he comes
now look
up
at him
and starts balling out. Now he's the number one option for any team he goes to.
That's true. That's true. It's sometimes just getting the opportunities, right? Last year, and I think for Siakam, he got to play obviously with Kawhi, so he learned a bunch of shit, which obviously helped him, but like he's just getting better and better and better. And I didn't expect to see him make that big of a jump in this offseason. And it literally, like, dude, I'm going to the Raptors-Blazers game on Wednesday just because I'm so excited to see. It's going to be a good game, but like I'm excited to see Siakam live because he's just playing out of his fucking mind. And he's still getting better. Still getting better. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
So in the West, we've got the Lakers who are doing Lakers things. They just keep on winning. Actually, I think they just lost. Who'd they just lose to? They just lost to somebody, I think, last night.
I don't know, but that team isn't fair, dude.
But yeah, I mean,
can I say this? LeBron. I did call 100%. Everyone constantly shitting on Dwight Howard, and I'm like, bro, he's still a freak of nature.
Bro.
He's getting back to his play. Oh, they got Dwight Howard in the center. Like, bro, it's still Dwight Howard. He's still before the season even started. I was like he still is gonna go out and get like a 10-10 every game, and he's been balling out of his mind.
Yeah, he's their defensive end. He's been balling out of his mind compared to like what we thought he was gonna do.
His Orlando days.
Yeah, he looks like old Dwight Howard. He looks like Superman again, and it's actually really impressive. I'm just glad, like he finally, and which is funny because this is his second stint on the Lakers. He played on the Lakers with Kobe, and now this is his return to the Lakers. And I was a little like, it's kind of a weird pickup for the Lakers. I don't know if that's going to work out for them. But he's like, it looks like he's almost taken, like, I've been out of the game for so long. I just haven't been like I feel like he wasn't focused on basketball. Like he kind of took it for granted, and now he's getting a second chance to play with like an actual high caliber team, and he's just going all out. He's a workhorse. They're actually
trying this year.
Yeah,
it's scary.
They look
like if they're all playing the way I feel like AD's like breathed some life into that team, because there was times last year where LeBron even looked checked out, like he just wasn't there anymore. His heart wasn't in it.
Yeah.
And this year LeBron is putting up LeBron numbers, and it's
because look at who because he got what he wanted. Last year, he had to deal with what he had, and now they blew it up. He got a new coach, and he's like, all right, now it's my team. Now let's fucking get to work. That's what LeBron was just waiting.
It's working.
And it is working. And now look at them. They're going to do, God, dude.
That's another super team.
I always think, the down.
This year,
I don't know about a super team, but here's my thing. I always think, well, that's true. If Boogie comes back and then Boogie does Boogie things, then that's super team, yes. But
Dwight's playing out of his mind. That's a big three right there.
I know. But the Lakers, or LeBron, always makes me think. I always have this moment where I'm like, oh, LeBron, man, you're slowing down, dude. It's happened. You're no more. You're not LeBron anymore. And then he fucking makes me swallow my words every single time. And here he is leading the best team in the West again. It's just LeBron doing LeBron things. I got to stop doubting him. I got to. So we got the Lakers leading the West, and we got the Nuggets. Which kind of I feel like have been kind of quiet.
They're always quiet though.
Yeah, that's true. But like especially quiet because Jokic hasn't really been putting up like the monster numbers that he has in previous seasons, but they're still winning games. Like Jokic is still doing really well, but he just hasn't been like the main focus of the team.
They're not a flashy team.
No, they're not. Well, Jamal Murray is very flashy. He is super flashy, but he's really the only person on that team that's kind of out there like that. You got the 3 seed who's the Rockets. Understandable. I feel like, I don't know. I mean, James Harden and Russell Westbrook kind of getting a chance to play again together is kind of, I didn't see
that working out.
Me neither. I thought it was going to blow up, but it seems to be going well. And they're obviously very.
Had some questionable games though. I've seen some stat lines from both of them this season that are like James going like 3 for 30 or something like that. Westbrook having similar games.
It's their usage ratings, man. Like both of them have such high usage ratings, so it's weird to see them both on the same team, but it's working. They're winning games, so it is what it is. They're both too talented. So then you have the Mavs, the Jazz, and the Suns. Those are okay. Dude, the Suns are actually good.
And DeAndre Ayton has been out, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, he got suspended.
Yeah.
He got suspended for that, well, I guess PEDs, something like a PED blocker or something that he took on accident. I'm not exactly sure. I didn't look really into it. But yeah, he has been suspended. And then you have, obviously, the Warriors, who are the worst team in arguably the NBA right now, who beat the fucking Trailblazers. So I don't know what I'm talking about. God, we lost to them, bro.
Well, they're plagued by injuries right now too, right?
Yeah. Everyone's injured. Steph
just went out.
There was a rumor that Steph was going to be out for the entire season with a broken hand, but the Warriors came back and said no, that isn't true. So I think that was a false report.
Would suck.
So yeah, it would suck. I don't think he's going to be out. I mean, here's the thing. From experience, I broke my hand and I was out 2 months. Like I understand that, and so I would say 3 months max. But like, there's no way he's gonna have the best rehab possible. He's gonna be, I would say.
But it's also, I mean, we're playing video games. He's playing a professional.
Well, yeah, but I've seen other people have come back from a broken hand and played basketball quicker than
for
a full
Steph
season.
And Gordon Hayward's sake, I hope so.
I don't know. I saw that Steph Curry was out for the full season, and then apparently somebody from the Warriors said no, that is not true. But I still think he's going to be out for a good amount of time. I would imagine 8 to 12 weeks probably is probably the time frame for when he's returns.
I hope they get back on track, dude. I hate injuries. Just as a basketball fan, bro,
same.
Like it sucks. I want, especially this season, where there's so much potential in almost every team. Like the Suns, dude. I still can't believe the Suns are balling out the way they are.
The Suns, bro. The Mavs, the young Luka. Luka's been out of his mind, dropping triple doubles left and right. Porzingis, I feel like is his first season back after that nasty injuries, but he's looked pretty good, and he's gonna get better and better playing with Luka.
He's too talented to not pick it back up.
So, and then obviously the Jazz with because they picked up Mike Conley, that was a huge pickup for them. So that's a really impressive squad as well. So it's been a good NBA season. The Blazers have sucked ass to start this year. We have the most single-digit losses this season. I swear every single game has been a nail-biter, and it's shaved 30 years off my life. I'm dead tomorrow. I'm dead. Because, dude, it has been awful to watch.
Yeah, like I can imagine.
Dame dropped 60 on Friday. I took my sister. Well, it was your birthday, but I took my sister to the game because it was her birthday as well. So we went to a Nets Blazers game and we got to see Dame drop career high, franchise high, 60 points, and we lost.
60 points lost.
We lost.
I mean, that's how I feel like when Andre's out here going 30, 20, and 5, and we can't catch a dub. But like I said, we've been plagued by injuries, and I feel like it's gonna take a little bit of time for everyone to find our cohesiveness. Like once we actually have our starting unit out there and we actually have our rotation, I feel like it's gonna take a little bit to like find that meshing of everyone and just everyone's play styles. I do still stand by my statement of the Pistons being 2020 NBA champions. We gotta find that cohesiveness.
Yeah. It's early. We're only 10 games into the season.
Okay, what have I been wrong about so far? Derrick Rose is playing great. Luke Kennard's got the green light and he's shooting great.
Mm-hmm.
Andre Drummond's playing the best basketball of his career. Then we have Blake Griffin, who's coming back from injury right now, who had arguably one of his best seasons last year. And we got a bunch of young dudes who are Tony Snell's been playing great.
There's a lot of it's crazy. The NBA is just full of young, good talent. Every team has that.
Except the Pistons have more of it. So,
bro, you guys try to sign Joe Johnson. What do you mean?
Because we have so many young, good dudes.
Yeah, you're bringing a dinosaur to help you out.
We need some veteran ball players who can help mold them into the greatness we know they can become.
I say that, but we literally have Pau Gasol on our roster. So
Pau's still great.
Pau, we have no timetable when he's coming back. I hope soon. But he is a good mentor. Period, just for the young big guys.
How's Whiteside been for you guys?
When he tries, amazing. But there are games where I physically can just see his lack of effort, which is what everyone complained about and kind of talked about. And they're like, you're going to get pissed at Whiteside, bro. And I watch him, and there's games where I'm like, dude, you don't fucking try at all. You're not putting in any effort. And then all of a sudden, he comes out at halftime and then he puts up a 15 and 10 in one half, and then he balls to the wall and he's crazy. So last night he was really good for us. He played really well against the Hawks. And it looked like he was like there 100% mentally the entire game. But there's just times where I feel like he doesn't show up.
Just checks out.
Yeah, he just like checks out. But this is a contract year. It's funny because I was watching a game the other day. He didn't even show up in the first half. And it was when we were nationally televised on TNT. And so Shaq and Charles Barkley were talking shit about him. They were just like, oh yeah, Hassan Whiteside, he's good at one thing. Going to the bank twice a month, like just stealing. He was like stealing money from the Trailblazers. That's what they were saying, and I was like, Jesus, dude. And then he came out and just popped off in the second half, and I was like, bro, he's watching. He was watching the halftime show. It was
must have been.
I don't know, man.
Fire under him.
Yeah, shit was wild, dude. Shit was really wild. When he plays hard, he's really good. There's times where I'm just like, yikes, Nurk. We need Nurk. Nurk would have done so much better.
He's out for the whole season, or is he coming back?
No, Nurk is supposed to come back in like 2 or 3 months. So then he's returning. He's not going to be where he was when he got injured. Maybe, I don't know. I'd highly doubt it though. But I'm hoping.
I mean, there's probably going to be a little transition period, but I wouldn't. I mean,
yeah. And Nurk works his ass off. Nurk is just Nurk always gives you like 200%, you know, to see that.
And maybe he'll put Whiteside in a position to be like, oh, well, if I want these minutes, I better go out and earn them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Nurk
will earn it. Nurk will earn it for sure. Okay, we got some other topics. Not a lot of time left. There's some things I want to hit. But yeah, basketball season, boom, it's back and I'm loving it. We did talk a little bit about the Witcher Netflix series, and I read a report that Netflix is leaning towards like a very they're leaning towards the horror side of The Witcher. So
I love that.
Yeah, The Witcher, for those people who don't know, The Witcher is the Witcher world is terrifying. It is not a friendly world. It is horrifying. So they're leaning more towards the horror branch of it and less fantasy. So it's not going to be like super high fantasy like Lord of the Rings or anything like that. It's going to definitely be more horror focused, horror fantasy, which I think is going to be exactly. I love that. I think that's really, really cool. So I'm excited what Netflix is going to do with that. It's going to be super dark, fucked up. That's what I'm about. That's how it should be. That's how the books are. So I'm hoping that's the case.
That actually got me more excited for it.
Yeah,
because I love horror.
Same.
Type anything.
Same. It's going to be good. Plus fantasy, that's like, that's that baby I do need.
Oh, make my brain melt while I'm crying from fear.
Well, we can melt your brain in other ways. But speaking of melting brains, this one will do it. I'm sure you read about this. Rapper T.I. Apparently.
I didn't read about this. I didn't even hear about this until you told me.
Fucking disgusting. Rapper T.I. Apparently has his daughter's hymen checked every year to make sure she's still a virgin. She's 18 years old, by the way.
Which is the weirdest.
What the fuck?
That's so gross.
Bro, that's fucking, that is, get her a fucking chastity belt while you're at it, dude. What year is this? That's disgusting. That's fucking disgusting. Talk about control issues.
Yeah, bro. I don't even.
Imagine he goes with her to the doctor, and since she's 18, he forced her to sign like a slip to basically say the doctor can tell me everything about you. Like you have no confidentiality, like none.
Dude, it's just not a healthy relationship.
No, that's fucking disgusting.
Dude, I've always been like, if you're living under your parents' roof, you're still their child and you still have to abide by their rules,
but
right?
Not that.
This is fucking so far out there, dude.
That's like a dude who thinks he owns her body.
Yes, it is fucking gross. It is the weirdest thing. I don't know. I didn't know. I didn't actually read about it, but so I don't know all the details. But like having. Like forcing that much control over another human being is like just, especially another adult. They're 18 years old. Yeah. Like I could.
Yeah.
Dude,
I don't know. I just wanted to talk about it because that's absolutely disgusting to me. That like you should. I hope people are giving him a lot of shit for that and making him feel awful and trying to teach him that is so wrong in so many ways. To actually control your daughter's body like that, who the fuck does he think he is? it should be illegal. It should absolutely be illegal to do that. Once someone's 18, you should not have control over their body unless it's like a mentally unstable person who's trying to harm themselves in some way. Then that's a different avenue. But for someone who's in her situation,
like a skin crawl, dude.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't either.
Like, of course you want to protect her and stuff like that, but this is not how, brother.
Yeah,
this ain't it, Chief.
That ain't it. If you raise your daughter appropriately and teach her how to be safe and how to teach, that's one thing. Be a good parent instead of being a shit ass who's trying to
control freak,
dude. God,
that would not make me. I think I'd want to suck a bunch of dicks just cause.
Yes, right. It'd make me. I'd be like,
my hymen. Watch, I sucked 14 dicks last night. Check for that.
I'd be like, yeah, Dad. Can you check my butthole? Cause I've been fucked in there a few times, pops. I'd be just into anal. I would be getting fucked in my anus all day long. Be like, yeah, check that, Dad. My asshole's gaping. Yeah, gross. No hymen up there to break. Just anyways.
Oh my god.
But it's true. That's what I would do. So, yeah, fuck TI for that. That's really messed up. Sorry, I'm on one today.
That was dude.
Before we finish up the stream, or the podcast, I did want to talk. I got some space shit going on because, man, I've been following all the space news.
Space is cool, dude.
Well, not only that, because things are changing, bro. Like, so they announced Cosmos Season 2 comes out March 9th, 2020. That's gonna be exciting.
Bet.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick. And we're actually starting to kind of jump into scientific research based on like living and life in space. We're preparing for our journey to Mars. Obviously, it's a thing that we got to get off this rock. We got to figure out how to get the fuck off this rock.
Oh yeah, because we've destroyed it.
Yeah, we've destroyed it, and we might not be able to live here for too much longer. Well, quote unquote, too much longer. Yeah, we got to go mess up another rock. So, we're starting to do like tests. Like, apparently they're sending 12 bottles of wine into space just to see how space will affect the aging process of a wine, which is actually kind of interesting to think, right?
Bro, that wine's gonna go for buku,
bro,
bucks.
Right?
That is like Jeff Bezos' private collection, dog.
This was sent to wine. It's been aged for 5 years in space.
Which is equivalent
wine.
to 50,000 years Earth time.
Like, it's gonna be some crazy
saving it for
shit.
A special occasion.
Yeah, you're sipping on a 2073 age spaced wine. It's gonna be dope. Yeah. Or I want to get bourbon aged in a barrel, sent to the moon. You know what I'm saying?
Quadruple aged.
Yeah.
Bourbon, space, Mars aged, dust drizzled. Bro,
galaxy
that is like
brewed.
The weirdest flex ever, man. Like, are you kidding me?
It's gonna be weird.
Who owns this wine? Who's it going back to? I'm more curious about that.
I heard it's a French wine, so somebody from France, I assume, is doing it. I'm not totally sure, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Maybe nothing even happens, right? Maybe nothing different, but yeah, maybe it is. Know. So that's kind of the stuff.
Best wine we've ever tasted.
That's true. Maybe it makes it poison it, and then you die. You don't know. When nobody knows. Okay.
What if aliens get a hold of it and they turn it into a concoction that turns you into one of them?
Oh my god!
I don't know what they are.
This is what we're testing. This is what we're testing.
All of a sudden, reptile people, they're real. Lizard creatures.
So another thing about space that I've been reading about a little bit is this Starlink, kind of our future space internet infrastructure is kind of starting. They apparently have 100 megabits per second in the Arctic via a satellite for internet for our space internet infrastructure, which is obviously what we're going to need to send messages from planet to planet at a high rate, but which is essentially Starlink. Like, we need to create that infrastructure.
Dude, that's even a cool fucking name.
Starlink? I know, dude. It sounds like something out of a movie. Of course, Elon Musk would name it Starlink because he's fucking Elon
Starlink
Musk.
Starlink is active and ready.
Yeah, I know. It's straight from a movie. But, like, we have to, right? We have to have a messaging system to be able to communicate from planet to planet. So the fact that eventually our internet infrastructure might just be up in the cosmos is actually a really cool idea. And everywhere would have internet, right? You wouldn't have a dead zone where some dude couldn't couldn't lay the fiber line. You know what I mean? Now everything's up in space. Dude, everybody has access to internet.
Give me better internet. Ugh.
Yeah,
we don't have fiber in my area yet, bro, and it's killing me. Give me this Starlink, me daddy.
Starlink, me.
Up,
yeah,
beam me up. Take me.
We're living in the future, man. Now just imagine like another 30, 50 years from now when we're old and we can't actually utilize any of this. We're just gonna,
dude.
Put me into a VR machine and put me in a full body suit and just let me, I don't know, bro. Put nutrients
the old
in
people
my
that are
hole.
like, I used to walk uphill barefoot in the snow for 3 miles. Our stories are going to be, we didn't have fiber for a good 15 years.
Now we got Starlink. Kids these days don't even know about internet.
Can you imagine unplugging your telephone to plug in or dial up?
Dude, we lived in dial up. That is some old shit though, because there's kids these days who have no fucking idea what dial up is. So I do feel a little old when I talk about dial-up. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Shit's
crazy. I changed my ringtone to the whole dial-up.
Fuck
procedure.
you. That would give me PTSD. That's not cool.
It gives me anxiety every time.
Yeah, why would you do that to yourself?
I'm just kidding. I would never. But
okay.
I put myself in that scenario, and it was not a good scenario to be in.
Okay, man. Well, that about wraps it up. I unfortunately have some time constraints, so I got to dip out. But
hey.
This was a good podcast.
It was fantastic.
Like, and I just like
when you get us together.
Yeah,
we can talk for hours.
It's
probably better that we have a hard stop.
I know, because I could have kept going like easily. I could keep talking about Starlink for probably at least another hour.
Oh,
so
feed it to me.
Yeah, I want to talk more about kind of our space, our Cosmo expansion moving forward, because there's so much cool shit.
Come out before the next podcast in 2 weeks, everyone. If you are listening or watching
2 years,
currently.
2 years, not 2 years, 2 weeks.
And this is actually the saddest announcement yet. We'll be back in 2 years for episode 9.
Thank you so much for listening. Hey, that's just like our old schedule. Jesus. All right, guys.
Throwback action.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Make sure you guys check out all the links down below. We're going to be on all audio platforms, Spotify, iTunes. You guys can watch this over on YouTube. If you are watching this on YouTube, be sure to leave a comment. Let us know what you guys thought about this episode. Vern, thanks for coming and hanging out as always. Thanks for being you, and thanks for being my brother to the end, BB.
Oh, amen.
My brother
Thanks for watching,
to the
everyone.
end.
Thanks
Chat,
for hanging.
Thanks for hanging. We'll see you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take it easy. We need some music. Goodbye.
You're beautiful.